Hi, if this is your first time ever seeing this YouTube channel or this video or any of my videos, my name is Adrian, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about how being a negative person basically all of my life has affected me and some of the lessons that I've learned from it. I feel like a lot of the other videos that I've made portrays me as kind of a really somber person, but in reality, I can be really goofy and I have a lot of um, fun just doing things that I like to do. And yeah.
I like 'em big. I like 'em chunky. Chunky. I like 'em big. I like 'em funky. Funky.
Things of that nature. I would say I haven't always been this way. I guess I've always had a pessimistic view on life, but I haven't always been, I guess, sad, you could say. I think it's just a mindset that I inflicted onto myself and something that has just stuck with me ever since I kind of just kept myself in that loop, in that loop, in that loop, in that loop, in that loop. Oh, that was really ugly. Anyways, I feel like throughout my life, I've really been kind of searching or soul searching, looking for something that calls to me or that I really like. I really love technology and games, and I always stuck towards it. But this is just some random stuff that I've mentioned in my other videos before. But, anyways, being a sad person is not inherently a bad thing, but it has prohibited me in some ways from developing my relationships farther than they have been. I feel like in a lot of senses I've been really into myself, in the sense of I just keep to myself a lot, and that has prohibited me from developing the friendships and relationships that I've had so far. Editors know I'm taking this after the fact, but I really meant like as in my relationships, like we wouldn't communicate as much as I would like to. We didn't go out and do things as much as I would have liked to. Some instances where I feel like we were meant to be good friends or we were close friends, but we didn't really know much about each other, things like that. And I think something that only recently or in the past, I'd say maybe 2 years or so, I've been working on, and I can finally say that I don't feel like I am a sad person. I think I do get down on myself a lot, but in all, I'm not a sad person. What I would say though is I think it taught me to be really observant. I've been very vigilant all of my life, scoped all my surroundings, understood where everything was, who everybody was to some extent. I analyzed people because I couldn't do so for myself for a long time, that is. And now I feel like after a few years and years and years of practice, I can finally understand who I am fundamentally and what I want to do with my life. Or maybe not what I want to do with my life, but at least the type of person I want to shape myself to be. I would say only recently have I actually accepted the fact that life life just is what it is, and you have to take everything that happens to you at face value, whether it's good or bad. Whatever happens to you, don't think that the whole world is against you or is out to get you. That once certain things happen to you, you just take it for what it is, and then you keep pushing forward and make the best out of every situation. I would say what really helped me fix that mindset, that negative mindset that I had before. As anything bad that would happen to me, I always felt like, wow, like I'm always so unlucky. I used to tell people that I'm the most unluckiest person in the world, because I feel like good things would happen to me and then really bad things would happen to me. I think what it is, though, inherently, is I created a stigmatism in my brain to say that, okay, well, these good things have happened to you, or inherently good things have happened to you. Now something is coming, something bad is going to happen to you. And I think me putting myself in that mindset really, I guess, in a sense, made me look for those bad things, or the bad things that could happen to me, and that inflicted onto myself. What I was going to say, though, is I definitely learned only through philosophy and listening to other people's opinions and their outlooks of life, that I understood, like, I need to actually be more of a positive person, and I need to be a good person, because at the end of the day, we all only live one life, and then we are all tested on that one life that we do live. The most that you can do, whether good or bad things happen to you, you always have to be striving to be a good person. These are a lot of the things that I'm mentioning are based off of a lot of Stoic beliefs. I think one great, I guess, Stoic author, he's not necessarily Stoic. He wouldn't say he does Stoicism, but he has a lot of similar values to it, is Marcus Aurelius. Saying that really bad. I'll show a photo of a book that I've been reading that really signifies a lot of the things that I'm mentioning in this video. I feel like at the end of the day, and I say this phrase so much, I was literally making fun of myself in the other video, but I want to be more of a happy, good person. I feel like only recently have I felt more inclined to want to be that good person that everybody else seems to see in me. I feel like a lot of my life I've been told that, you're so nice, you seem like you have a good head on your shoulders, and I feel like I do believe them in some sense, but it's also very difficult for yourself to acknowledge that, especially when you're such a negative person all the time, constantly putting yourself down and thinking that, I'm not meant to have nice things, I'm not meant to do good things, I'm not meant to strive to be a great person. And there's definitely some aspects of me that did feel like that. But yeah, I mean, it's been difficult. It's been really difficult. It's been really, really difficult. I feel like being a good person is somewhat of a hard choice for people that have never actively tried to be one. I think now that I've been actively trying to be a good person for about, I'd say, 3 years or so, now it comes almost like a nature. I think a lot before I do anything, and I'm like, how does this affect people's emotions? How can they construe it in negative ways before I do things? Because I know that at the end of the day, anything that I do, any of my actions that I do, it inflicts on my character. And at the end of the day, reputation, character speaks volumes. You need to make sure that those are in check, and only through that will you see your relationships grow and prosper. And not only that, but you'll also gain even better and stronger and even new relationships. Being a positive, more good person, I guess, has led me to meet a lot of new people and be open to talk to people that I don't think like I would have actively try to talk to if I wasn't at the certain mindset that I am now. I would say I have portrayed myself as somewhat of a negative person. I've already mentioned this throughout this video, but it really is just a insecurity of my mind just coming out loud and speaking through these videos. You can tell a lot throughout my videos that I am somewhat insecure of myself in a sense. And I think being more aware of that and being okay with that is the next step to freeing myself. And I feel like, in a sense, I said that I want this to be my diary, and I really truly do. Maybe today you caught me on a good day, but I feel good. I feel maybe not liberated, but I feel calm. I feel focused. I've been focused. I've been putting a lot of effort into doing things that I think are important to me and that will ultimately bring me success. And I think that at the end of the day, that's what everybody should try to strive for. This is just an accumulation of all my thoughts. It's very scrambled. It's going to sound mildly confusing, but if you can get anything out of this, please do. I think at the end of the day, all of us strive to be the best versions of ourselves to some extent. Even if you're an inherently bad person, maybe you don't realize it, but even if you try to do good/bad things, everybody tries to strive for that good version of themselves that they built in their mind. To me, this psychology, this philosophy stuff is really interesting, and you'll see that portrayed throughout the next few videos and even the previous videos I've created. I just wanted to give you a little insight into how I'm thinking and how I might be moving this channel forward. I want to do more of a stronger editing, more of maybe somewhat central idea, I guess. Try to stay on topic of the being negative and what I've done and things that I've learned. And this video is not a good representation of that, but I have learned a few things. And that is, as long as you are let's grab that. That's it, man. That's it. You just gotta be an inherently good person and strive to do the best that you can for yourself and make informed and thoughtful decisions in life. And I promise you those impulsive thoughts, those intrusive thoughts that you have will be there, but you won't act on them as much. I feel like me, myself, I do somewhat strive into those impulsive thoughts at times, but I've always tried to stay grounded. And I think those impulsive thoughts are also part of the insecurity that comes from me being a somber person. Because I always think of the easy way out when sometimes the easy way out isn't always the right choice. If you grab anything out of this video, I hope you liked it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want. Doesn't really matter to me. All that I want is just for somebody to see it. Thank you for your time.